are live here on YouTube for the Southern 500, the Cookout Southern 500 to be more specific, as we are going to go ahead and, let's see. Wow, SVG 3 straight top 20 finishes. Unfortunately, I don't think that'll be enough, but yeah, we are getting right into this one. I was running a little bit behind, so, we just got the stream up about 5-10 minutes ago. We got cars doubled up and ready to go racing already. Very short time frame here from NBC for the time that they say things are going to go and the time things go. So there we go. Welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Again, we got playoffs tonight. First race of the playoffs, SVG trying to advance. Hey, Goat, how's it going? Unity and the entire kind of area of Central Maine had a massive thunderstorm roll through. Racing at Unity was rained out. I meant to post a update about that, but yeah, no, there was no racing at Unity because the entire middle of the state was basically underwater for the entirety of Friday night. So here we go. Pace car's off though, and green flag is out. Trust me, I was bummed out when I saw the rain come in too. So. But, yeah, I kept checking to see if they were going to race or not, and once I saw the cancellation, I was bummed. But here we go. Green flag is out. We got, Briscoe versus... Oh! Josh Berry! Lap 1, corner 1! Josh Berry wipes out! Are you kidding me? Where am I going next weekend? Absolutely, I'll be at Unity next weekend, for sure. I'm hoping to be... I'll be at Unity next weekend. The weekend after that will be Bristol weekend. The 11th through the 13th will be down at Bristol Motor Speedway. We haven't even gotten our start. Come on, we haven't even gotten our starting grid yet, and Josh Berry already wipes out a chunk of the field. A push from all right. Let's see. A push from Larson. He stabilizes, goes into the corner. Slides up the hill just a little bit, and then just wobbles off the corner, going over some of those bumps where they paved somewhat unevenly. It ends up spinning himself out, and a lot of other people having to take evasive action there in order to avoid being wiped out in that one. All right, nice. Yeah, I'll be right there in the grandstands. But yeah, man, Josh Berry just wiped out there. Was Byron in the wreck? I don't think so. I think for the most part, I think Berry managed to get out of the pack actually very well. He got down to the bottom. Let's see. Trying to look and see if I can actually see Byron's car from some of these onboards that they're showing. But, and then somebody else in the middle of the pack. Kyle Busch went around in the middle of the pack, of course. Kyle Busch and Josh Berry going around in the middle of the pack. And so Busch spun while trying to avoid. So Reddick also gets some damage there. Minimal damage on his car. Okay, Byron made it through. Byron was on the very bottom of the track while the 21 was up sideswiping Reddick. So, yep. But man, that was a disappointing way to start this race, and we don't even have the ability to have a leaderboard up yet. Come on, NASCAR is usually pretty good about getting this leaderboard up in a reasonable amount of time. That's YouTube. Here we go. Come on. Still no leaderboard. Wow. Alright, so there we go. All right, here we go. Pit road's open. Bunch of drivers coming down who either slid tires in that wreck or got other minor damage and want to send their crew out to make sure that they're all good. Yeah, there we go. Man, that was chaotic though. Again, just watching that one. I feel terrible for Reddick. Reddick just doing nothing wrong, cruising around, and then just gets wiped out there. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so there we go. Again, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, we are just waiting for this leaderboard to get put up here. Alright, so there we go. Boss Hog 150 is going right now. It was Cassie. All right, nice. What brought out the caution? Josh Berry doing very Josh Berry level things. As he wiped out corner number one. Got up into Tyler Reddick and then spun down the track. Somehow managed to not collect too many people, and then Kyle Busch, while trying to avoid, locked up the brakes and spun himself around in the back of the pack. So, the only cars with major damage are Josh Berry, the 45, and then I didn't get a chance to really get a good look at what the 8 cars damage was, but there we go. Josh Berry rolling back out of the pit, so it looks like his damage is going to be small enough that he managed to go ahead and continue going. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Ah, there we go. Finally got our leaderboard up. Took them long enough. Alright, so here we go. Doubled up, ready to go back racing. Pace car is off. Still in the hands of Briscoe and Hamlin. As we are going to be going green flags out. We are racing here at Darlington. Let's see. Briscoe with the launch off the top is going to potentially be able to clear Hamlin into turn 1. Reddick, after that spin, manages to stay out. That's impressive. If he's able to keep that thing under control here. There we go. Coming off the corner, nobody wanting to ride in line too long here. We got drivers trying all the way down below the dotted white line here. Three distinct lanes here at Darlington. You've got right against the wall, you've got right above the dotted line, and you've got below the dotted line. Personally, I find below the dotted line to be very sketchy, and hey, hence why, of course, one of the first drivers down there testing the below the double yellow, or below the dotted line, I mean, is Carson Hocevar. There we go. I don't know him, but hey, Dave, how's it going? But all right, cool. I've never gotten to see the modifieds at Wiscasset. But here we go again. We got Kyle Larson dueling it out with Bubba Wallace for the 5th position here. As Bubba Wallace on the inside, Kyle Larson against that fence, just not. Got passed by Bubba Wallace, who took the short way around. Again, Briscoe and Hamlin trying to control the front of the field. Ross Chastain up into 3rd though. Chastain, Reddick dropping down. All right, there we go. We're just locking in here. Oh, whoa! Tyler Reddick drops all the way to 5th now, as he's gotten passed by Bubba Wallace as well. And Reddick seems to be really struggling here after that contact. I would have pit if I was him, but clearly he thinks that the damage is manageable, and so far he's trying to manage it. But he's dropped 2 spots already, down to 5th, and he's got Larson all over him for that 6th position. Oh, do we actually have live playoff standings now? Let's see. Oh, wow, we actually do have live playoff standings. This is going to be fun. Okay, so we actually have live playoff standings that we can go to and see points as they run now. Finally. Only took them a while, but... Ooh, uh-oh, that's not good. Although, as Connor Zilch proved yesterday, apparently broken collarbones aren't anything to worry about, because he literally has come back from a back injury that kept him out of a race and a collarbone, and absolutely dominated the race at Portland International Raceway this week. All right, there we go. Ooh, only 15 or 16. Well, again, the benefit of youth is that you recover quicker than the average person, but you hate to see it happen to a young kid like that. So there we go. Again, Reddick trying to ride this high side. Bell actually passes Larson. Christopher Bell on a little bit of a run here. Chase Briscoe currently the fastest lap of the day, 15 laps in. Clean air definitely playing a factor in that one. Alright, so there we go. Again, the front two have kind of broken away from the rest of the pack. Almost, a second and a half, 2 second gap between Hamlin and Chastain for the 2nd and 3rd position. Again, maybe Christopher Bell will play a little bit nicer here with Reddick, as they are at least Toyota teammates. But Bell does get the pass on him, but he does play it fairly clean. Not dirty, but still does pass him, which means now Reddick has no cars between himself and Larson, which Larson has looked fast as well early in this race. So there we go. Alright. It's kind of settling in here again. It's 115 lap first stage, 115 lap second stage. We've got some long stages here today. All right, so there we go. And we are just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. All right, so there we go. All right, so yeah, right now, Christopher Bell trying to make his way up through the field. Oh, ow. Man, not sure what that was, but that was loud. But yeah, there we go. Again, Bell making a real charge at Ross Chastain here, who has dropped like a rock. Definitely seems like the Toyotas have a lot more speed than everybody else here. Because I mean, even the damaged Tyler Reddick staying close-ish to Bell and has maintained a lead over Larson. Meanwhile, you've got Chase Elliott, who's barely been able to overtake Van Gisbergen, who stays put in 20th, and you've got the 48 of Alex Bowman, who has dropped outside the top 30, which is insane. Obviously, all this is going to be helped out by the fact that Barry is out on turn 1, but there we go. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so there you go. Yikes. That's not good. And I say, hopefully you're right that he just broke his legs and isn't paralyzed, because that would be awful. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so 92 laps to go in this first stage. Again, a long stage. And I say, nobody's going anywhere anytime super soon here. Well, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Let's see. chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Wow. Larson's about to get passed by Reddick. That's impressive there. Alright, so there we go. Looks like they're sending us to a. Oh no! They're highlighting something. The radio antenna. Oh, is that not good? That's not good if that's the radio antenna being gone after that contact. Let's say. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so again, right now we got Briscoe leading this one, Hamlin, Bubba Wallace, and then really a 2-second gap between Bubba and Chastain. Honestly, the Toyotas just look like they're in a different zip code altogether. Alright, so there we go. And we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so there we go again. Hamlin's closing in on his teammate Briscoe. Hopefully, now that they're separated by enough time, maybe they can actually start the battle, and it will just be a battle between the 3 Toyotas at the front. And I say, imagine how crazy this championship would be, by the way, if we see Bubba Wallace win a championship. Bubba Wallace, or even Tyler Reddick winning a championship while waiting on the results of the lawsuit from NASCAR. That'd be insane. Alright, so there we go. Again, right now, we got Briscoe, Hamlin, Bubba all under a blanket, and then, literally almost 3 full seconds back is Chastain. Then we got Bell, who's closing in on the back bumper of Chastain there. But, as they start to pass some of these lap cars, Bubba's starting to put a bit of a challenge on there. Oh, boy. All right, let's see. Right now, we're just chilling out here. Hamlin versus Bubba. These two battling it out through this one. Bubba Wallace slides up ahead of Denny Hamlin up into second place. Bubba Wallace taking second place away. All right, so here we go. Alex Bowman coming down pit road here. All right, let's see. Oh, come on. Briscoe literally comes pit road right after. All right, well, literally moments after I made the choking bet with a friend of mine. Do you know who won the regular season championship? Yes, it was. The regular season championship was locked up by William Byron last week, so he gained a few extra playoff points heading in. But literally, as I was making a side bet with a friend to try and to go ahead and say joking nickname that we came up with in a group chat. Yeah, literally as I say it, I say, "Oh yeah, I'll do it if and when Bubba takes the lead." Instantly, Briscoe to pit road. So here we go. Here's this one's for you, Will Blubba. It's let me get the spelling out so I can see it. Blubba Wallaroo, which is a lot harder to say than you would imagine. Blubba Wallaroo, who takes the lead, aka Bubba Wallace, as pit stops are in full swing here. We got Tyler Reddick, Ty Dillon, Stenhouse, Larson, Cindric, Dillon, Byron, Haley, Logano, Gregson, Busher, all hitting pit road all at the same time. Ty Dillon having over 20 seconds in the pit stall for Ty Dillon, now hitting 30 seconds in the pit for Dillon. Chastain, Jones, Allmendinger, and Priest all coming down. A 34.5 second pit stop for Ty Dillon. So there we go. Here we go. Zane Smith, Herbst, and Ware all coming down pit road as well. Everybody taking 4 tires. Everybody's getting 4 tires fairly early in this stage. They're going to have to pit a second time in this stage. I think Hamlin, Bubba Wallace, and the rest are all going to essentially stay out and try and break this stage in half rather than splitting it into thirds like this. I'm not sure which strategy will prevail, but it's going to be interesting. That's to say the very least. And Zane Smith hit with a penalty. Oh, man, that's going to suck for him. I mean, it's not like he was in a race-winning car, but, man, any shot at a really good finish is going to be a whole lot harder now that he has to do a pass-through penalty on pit road. I didn't happen to notice if it was a speeding penalty or not, but, yeah, pit road penalty there for the driver of the 38. And now here we go. Here comes Blaney, Hocevar, and Elliott coming down pit road. So here we go. Everybody's kind of cycling through pit road. I think if you want to split it in half, you really got to get to like lap 55, 60. Yeah, I mean, you almost have to get to lap 60 if you want to split the stage in half, which, yeah, we've got people pitting well before that, and I don't know what the fuel or tire windows look like because I was busy setting stuff up during the pre-race. I didn't get a chance to see that, but, man, that was chaos. Here we go. There goes the 19 passing and unlapping himself from Bubba Wallace. So, there we go. 10th place, Chase Briscoe back on the lead lap. Here we go. Keselowski, Gibbs, Gilliland, Hamlin, and Bell all on pit road. Bubba Wallace continues to stay out. All right, so here we go. We got Bubba Wallace, SVG, and Bubba Wallace, Nemechek, SVG, McDowell inside the top 5. That is an insane group. And then you've got Daniel Suarez, who's also going to ascend to this top 5 ranking as well. What is this top 5 grouping? And here we go. Here comes Bubba Wallace down pit road. Bubbles Wallace coming down pit road. We got Nemechek taking the lead. SVG stays out as well. McDowell stays out as well. And Suarez is going to pit, it looks like. No, maybe not. Nope. Suarez does not choose to come to pit road, so Suarez stays out there. Bubba Wallace is going to lose a couple of spots here. Hamlin lost a ton of spots here. SVG coming down pit road. SVG comes down pit road. McDowell stays out. Now, it looks like it'll be Briscoe returning to the race lead. It's just a matter of how long it'll take him. to return to the lead. You got the Denny Hamlin people out there trying to dry their pit stall. I'm not sure what they had for moisture, or maybe even just trying to keep the heat in it with an air blower. I don't know. Honestly, the guy with the air blower might just be looking to do something. And here we go. Penalty for Brad Keselowski pitting outside the box. Oh boy. Pitting outside the box for Brad Keselowski. Alright, here we go. Alright. SVG getting everything all set up. Or, sorry, that's Brad Keselowski coming back down for another pit stop. So yeah, there we go. Alright, so there we go. So yeah, so Keselowski's penalty hitting outside the box, he stopped in what sounds like Logano's pit box to have his car tightened. So I mean that's a Ford teammate, but that's not an in-house teammate. Weird. I mean, at least when Denny Hamlin's done it in the past, it's been in Briscoe's pit box, so at least it was an in-house team. Oh man. Here we go. Looking to the bottom of the racetrack. Is Keselowski going to try and see if he can make something happen? He's the only car 2 laps down currently outside of Josh Berry, who is still not officially out of this race. It would take a miracle for SVG to, or not for FCG, but for Berry to make a comeback here, which would be pretty big there. Alright, so there we go. They got a commercial break, and we are 50 laps in here. Which, honestly, is kind of surprising that we got through there. Alright, so yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. so there we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. We're coming back from commercial break. Jonathan Nemechek still yet to pit. He's really going to try and make it halfway before he pits. But right now, Briscoe with nearly a 5-second lead on the entire field. Briscoe 1 year ago, this was the make or break. Chase Briscoe in a Stewart-Haas car was able to win and advance his way through in this exact race to make the playoffs last year. This year, he's in a Joe Gibbs racing car. This race is in the playoffs, but so is he as he takes the lead from Nemechek. Chase Briscoe has a real shot to crush this first race of the round. Could possibly even lock his way into the next round with a win. Doesn't need to. He could just solidly advance through points, but alright, so here we go again. SVG is going to be the interesting one here. SVG needs probably top 15s, I think, in all three races to advance if he wants to be on consistency. And even that is going to be tough. Currently being shown 0-0. Yeah, he is tied currently with Chase Elliott for the 12th and final playoff spot. And currently only 2 points out of Joey Logano. Logano would be a driver I would be very worried about being only 2 points ahead of. And that's SVG currently in 28th place. Must have had a really bad cycle of pit stops. That is not good. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so right now we got Briscoe and Bubba Wallace 1-2. Hamlin has returned to the third place. Larson's come alive a little bit here in the latter part of this race. Surging all the way up to the 4th position here. Chastain in 5th. Bell sunk all the way to 10th place on that run. He must have had a bad pit stop too. Either that or trouble getting on or off. But yeah, so some really interesting ones for this one. But Briscoe just absolutely crushing it out of the park here. A 5-second lead is unbelievable there. Also incredibly believable because Briscoe is really, really good. But yeah, barring a wreck that takes out, say, a Reddick, a Byron, or that finishes off someone like a Bowman, I don't really see too many paths still for SVG to be this bad and still make the playoffs. Again, I think he needs top 15s in all three races. If he top 15s in all three races with, if he gets top 15s in all three races while still having that 23-point lead that he came in with, then yeah, I can maybe see a world where SVG survives this round. Problem is, that is a lot of ifs and not a lot of actually getting stuff done. So yeah, I mean, right now, SVG currently being shown 1 point above the cut line. He and Reddick both 1 point above. But yeah, I mean, right now, Bowman would be out. Barry would be out as is. So you got those two that are at least on the outside looking in currently, and they'll need pretty spectacular days. In fact, I think at this point, I would say Barry's in a must-win. Bowman probably is in a must top 10, I think, the other two races. if he doesn't put together a solid second half of this race. Obviously, we're still somewhat early in the night here. Still 300 laps to go. So we are by no means nearing the end, but something to keep an eye on. Then you got Logano, who is very good at the flat short ovals. Well, I know it's not overly short, but it races like a short oval because of how flat it is. Gateway next week for Logano will be a good chance for him to earn points. If you can get out of next week ahead of Logano in points, I feel somewhat confident-ish in your ability to outrun him at Bristol. But you'd rather come out with a little bit of a cushion over him after St. Louis, but that is gonna take beating him here tonight. Then you got Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick, Austin Dillon in that same range, which is gonna be Austin Dillon would be one of those that I would suggest might be someone who could definitely take a bit of a fall because again, right now Dillon having an 8th place run, that is way better than I think most people predicted. If he's able to stay and finish a top 10, maybe even a top 5 day off for Austin Dillon, that'd be great for him. Briscoe is starting to slip, though. He's starting to let some of that lead go as they get ready to send this one to commercial break yet again. Second commercial break. Oh, we got Alex Bowman on pit road. Alex Bowman coming down pit road here. Only 68 laps complete. I mean, this would be early for a second and final pit stop here. All right, so let's see. Again, Bowman. Oh, and Bowman with an issue on pit road. You're kidding me. But man, that is a killer there for Bowman. Oh man. But yeah, Bowman having trouble with the car issues. An over 40-second pit stop. That is disastrous. I mean, Bowman is going to need to win one of these next 2 weeks, I think, again. You can't have a mistake like this one that I mean, maybe you get a timely caution that saves you, but right now there's so many cars fighting for those free passes. I'm not even sure a singular caution would change the day here. All right, so there we go. All right, so again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. All right. But yeah, right now though, it is just. I think you got Bowman. Okay, so now Bowman and Busher or Bowman and Barry, I mean, have both pretty well solidified their spots as must wins going forward. Here comes Byron to pit road. Byron hitting pit road. Tyler Reddick jumping down as well. A couple of drivers making pit stops, making timely pit stops here. here we go. A couple more drivers coming down pit road. Ross Chastain being one of them. So, yeah, there we go. Here comes, here comes Briscoe down pit road. Briscoe comes pit road. Did Bubba Wallace come as well, or did Bubba Wallace just fall a bunch? Let's see. All right, Briscoe, Hamlin, both on pit road. Let's see. Trying to see if Bubba was on pit road previously. Hard to tell. No, I'm guessing Bubba is on pit road as well. Yeah, we got Dillon, Briscoe, Hamlin, Stenhouse, Gibbs, Haley, Allmendinger, Busch, Gregson, Priest, all on pit road here. Oh no, here we go. Here comes Bubba Wallace now. Bubba Wallace coming down pit road right now. And yeah, lap 77. Bubba Wallace will receive his 4 tires and fuel. So nobody making the 2-tire stops work, or the 2-stop strategy work. Oh, bit of an issue there for Bubba Wallace. May have just gotten boxed in. Hopefully he didn't drive through too many pit boxes because of it. But there we go. Zane Smith had to readjust, and his pit crew's actually standing outside the box. But as long as the 4 tires of the car are all within the box, I believe they are all good to make that stop happen. Alright, so there we go. We are chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time, but man, that was a close call there for Bubba Wallace. Larson, Hocevar, Blaney, Elliott, all coming down pit road as well. 9.4 for Larson. Good pit stop. Team trying to keep him in this fight. Larson, Elliott on pit road. Blaney as well, trying to find his pit box. There he goes. Blaney pulls into his pit box. Here comes Christopher Bell down pit road. 7 p.m. is drop of the green flag for heat racing. Bell's running strong. Well, he's my pick for the race win, so I'm hoping so. So here comes Christopher Bell down pit road. SVG stays out up to this point. I say he and Nemechek were both a bit later on their pit stops last time around. Alright, so there we go. We're going to have to wait and see where everybody cycles around once Briscoe takes his lead back. But Briscoe's cycled almost all the way back around already. A very quick pace being set here by Chase Briscoe. 35 laps to go in this stage. Not a lot of time left to make something happen here. Alright, so there we go. They just showed the onboards of the close call there between those two. There we go. SVG hits pit road. Now John Nemechek, the only driver who has yet to pit. Let's see. Last time Nemechek ran long, he was the last one to pit, and he is the last one to pit yet again here. Nemechek, though, only 24 laps on Nemechek's tires. He's actually in a much better spot than I think we give him credit for. The question is, though, can he hold off a hard-charging Chase Briscoe on 20-lap fresher tires, while he tries to maintain pace. So that answer is no. He gets say Briscoe blows by him, and here we go to the inside of Briscoe goes Zane Smith. Smith trying to challenge the leader for the lead lap spot. Ultimately slides in line behind him, and yeah, he'll try and maybe make another attack at the next corner, but let's say right now it looks like Briscoe has won this battle. Alright, so they're going to a side-by-side commercial again. Nemechek gets to pit. Briscoe has taken the back of the race lead from him. Hamlin, Reddick, the next two behind him. There we go. Reddick making the pass on Nemechek right now. I say SVG desperately needs to avoid a disastrous race. I say SVG right back on that 1 point cushion here. Again, at least he has something, but man, it is sketchy. Alright, 28 laps to go. Yeah, we're working our way through this one. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Man, this race is going to be a long one. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Ty Gibbs trying to hang on to his track position here, battling it out with what looks like, is that Ryan Blaney? If he's battling with Ryan Blaney for his track position, he is. Alright, so there we go. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's time. Oh, man. Alright, let me try turning down some of these lights because they are harsh. Alright, so there we go. And yeah, they're showing this Alex Bowman the destruction of a pit stop here. Well, I say all the Bowman crews looking over there, looking this over, trying to find if they made a mistake somewhere that caused their pit equipment to fail. But there we go, and Alex Bowman going down another lap to the current race leader Chase Briscoe, who still has the fastest lap of the day. So that is a pretty good one. Yeah, managing to hang on to the lead this long. Alright, so here we go. 22 laps to go. 22 laps to go. Alright, so there we go. Again, Briscoe out in front of the field is doing really well here. But yeah, right now Briscoe just crushing it. Hamlin actually somewhat close, but everybody else over 4 seconds behind the leaders. Yeah, here we go. They're showing the points as they run, and yeah, right now Austin Dillon and SVG fighting it out for this final playoff spot. Elliott right there as well. Logano 2 points below. There is a 4-car fight for these final 2 playoff spots. And if this goes on too much longer, you know it'll only start to get more and more chaotic here. Alright, so 17 laps to go. Again, we're just working our way through this one. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so again, we're just chilling out here. Cindric in 9th. He's got a good shot to advance with that positioning, but you got, especially considering the bad luck some of the other drivers have had, but you got to keep it up. Alright, so again, here we go. 15 to go. 15 to go. Again, Austin Dillon having a good run in and around that top 10 area. He's currently 14th. He's dropped back a couple of spots from where he had typically been running. But, again, still staying in the fight relatively. 13 laps to go. Yeah, we're chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Briscoe, though, is starting to run away with this one. He's gapped even his teammate Hamlin by a second and a half. Trying to put this one away in stage one here. Yeah, Byron hanging on to a top 10 spot. We got some other notables throughout this one. I'm really curious as to what the Legacy Motor Club's strategy is in this, because they're both running way higher than you would normally expect. Well, at least Jones has some history at this track to fall back on. John Hunter Nemechek seems to be going on just instinct. Man. Let's see. Oh, man, I got up way too early. But, alright, 111, 105 laps down, 11 to go. 11 laps to go here. Can Briscoe hold on to win this one? Then he does appear to be closing in on him. So that'll be an interesting one as we get closer and closer down the stretch here. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, we are just chilling out here with a very good run. Alright, there we go. 9 laps to go.
Start with higher. Just make
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I muted it. Yeah, sorry, I muted it when I was trying to get something going with the audio shorts wise, and forgot I hit the button on my actual mic to mute me, and forgot to unmute it when I got done doing that. So here we go. Briscoe crossed the line, stage winner Chase Briscoe. Reddick, Hamlin, Chastain, Bubba Wallace top 5, Larson, Bell, Cindric, Nemechek, and Blaney, the other drivers earning points. I will say, I would be shocked if this strategy works out for Nemechek. Right, I'm going to run grab myself a water and I'll be right back. We're at a full screen commercial break and we're at a stage break, so you won't miss anything. Alright, there we go. Alright, we're back. Sorry about the wait, guys. We are back and we are ready to go. You guys ready to rock and roll? Alright, so let's see. Whose playoff brackets are already buzzing? Now, granted, Bowman or Barry could still win one of these next two races in advance, but neither one of them's proven really that they could just pop off and win anywhere. I mean, Barry's was under a very specific situation that Bowman has yet to win this year. Alright, so there we go. Alright, NASCAR's Powerball playoff drawing tomorrow night. Okay. Alright, well, we are chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Here we go, here we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so there we go. Again, Briscoe winning this first stage, earning a good chunk of points here early, putting himself in great position to advance through round one. As I mentioned at the start of the day, Briscoe, he's been qualifying extremely well, putting himself into very good positions to try and win these stages. So. There we go. Again, we are chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so they're recapping this first stage pretty quickly here. Again, we will be getting ready to go back racing here shortly. Alright, so there we go. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Whoops. Alright, here we go. Back to racing. Green flag's out. We are back to racing here. Briscoe, Hamlin, Reddick the top three. Bell with a really good pit stop puts himself back up into this top five conversation. Bubba Wallace also jumping up into this top five conversation here. A lot of drivers having some pretty good runs here. Again, a lot of Toyota presence right at the very front of this field. I mean, even after Reddick was involved in that lap one incident, he has stayed competitive through this entire thing. Really, never really dropping too much outside the top five. And say Chastain trying to stabilize himself into third while the two guys in front of him, Hamlin and Briscoe, going to town on each other. Hamlin with a big slider onto Chase Briscoe, putting a big move on him. All right, so those two dueling it out at the front could open the door. Oh, contact! Not Chastain. Sorry, Chase Elliott and Carson Hocevar with a lot of contact. They both managed to survive it, but man, that was a lot of contact down the straightaway. That is insane. Alright, so there we go. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. And oh! Again! Hocevar just shoves the 17 up into the fence this time. And say Hocevar not making very many friends here. In fact, making quite a few enemies on track right now with the way he's been racing. I mean, contact with Elliott down the straightaway, then shoving the 17 into the fence. He did get a pretty nasty block from the 42, but... And Josh Berry returns to the track 119 laps down. Basically just praying that some of these guys get wrecked out. And quickly. But yeah, right now though, Hamlin, Briscoe, the front two, starting to set sail from these guys. Let's see. Consecutive races led at Darlington. You've got David Pearson leading 18 straight. Darrell Waltrip 17 straight here at this track. Bobby Allison, Fireball Roberts both at 13. Denny Hamlin next spring in March at the March Darlington race will try and make it 13 as well to tie some of those greats and move himself ever closer to David Pearson. Good old Silver Fox himself. Alright, so there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Again, right now, Denny Hamlin just hanging on to the at the edge of control here. Alright, let's see. Again, doing a pretty good job through this one so far. Bowman, though... Oh, Bowman only one lap down. He could potentially recover here at some point. I thought he was going to lose 2, 3, 4 laps minimum when I saw how bad that pit stop was going. But if he's only one lap down, he could very easily take advantage of some of these cautions that we know are almost certainly going to be coming. And again, these front two are dogfighting it for the lead here. Briscoe back around Denny Hamlin for the lead. If these guys fight any harder, they're going to knock each other out of this race. And Hamlin's got a lot more bonus points to spare than Briscoe does right now when it comes to points to cushion a potential disaster of a race. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so here we go. Alex Bowman hitting pit road already. Early pit stop for Bowman. And I say, assuming nothing goes wrong, we'll have to wait and see if this strategy pays off. But again, he's had some rough pit stop. He had that really rough pit stop to put himself in harm's way here. Austin Dillon having dropped out of this top group now. Again, right now, if Bowman can just stay 2 laps down throughout the duration of this cycle and possibly be able to then fight his way back to only 1 lap down come this next cycle of pit stops, he could be in an okay spot. He just needs a caution not to come out during this round here. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, right now, Briscoe, Hamlin, Chastain, Reddick. Yeah, Reddick and Wallace not able to separate them, not able to catch and pass Chastain the way they have the past couple of runs, although I'm sure that's bound to change shortly. Alright, so there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. But yeah, we are cruising here. Briscoe's setting sail, and he's taking off from his teammate there, pulling out to almost a full second lead here. Chastain still not closing in on that gap for the lead, although, again, contact there on the restart. There was some level of contact between these two guys on the restart, so I mean they've really been going at it since the very beginning of this race. Alright, so there we go. 91 laps to go as they go to commercial break here. Again, you guys are not missing anything here as we are just chilling out. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. And here comes Chastain. And say, not to be forgotten, but Chastain and Hamlin, those two are not the best of friends here on the racetrack as we're as they're going to be getting ready to duel it out here for the lead. Alright, so here we go again. 87 laps to go here in stage number 2. Still a long ways to go. Nowhere near the end here. All right, let's see. All right, again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Alright, so they're back from commercial break here. Briscoe has now extended his lead over Chastain to 1.8 seconds, and Denny Hamlin falling even further here. And again, talking about this playoff cut line battle, as Austin Dillon has fallen back to SVG. He has, and even Logano is starting to slip a bit, so SVG now having a 12-point advantage. That's enough to at least consider the possibility that he could make it out of this round. And if he does, he could very well be in position to really upset the rest of the field here. I don't think I had Bowman out in this round. I had Barry and Dillon. I remember really struggling with these other two for who I thought was going to be out in the first round. Did I have Bubba? I didn't have Bubba Wallace out in this first round, did I? If I did, that was a mistake. And I think Bubba Wallace is, especially based on how he's running today, is going to be really hard to beat. Alright, so yeah, we're just chilling out here. We're currently at a commercial break. You're not missing anything, guys. Hey Rebecca, how's it going? Hey, doing something fun tomorrow? Yeah, we are going to be opening a ton of Destiny Rivals here on over on my gaming channel. We're going to be doing a massive card opening stream, so that'll be fun. Hoping to pull some cool cards, but if you guys like trading card content or video games, feel free to check out the gaming channel, link in the description. But I try not to plug it too much because I know the two between sports and video games don't overlap a ton, so. There we go. Alright, but yeah, we are should hopefully be coming back from commercial break here shortly. Alright, let's see. Right now we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. we go. But yeah, we are just chilling out here waiting for this thing to come back from commercial break. Alright, there we go. Perfect time. We're back from commercial break, and we got something wrong with Carson Hocevar, which, considering the way he's been running, not a surprise. What happened to Carson Hocevar here? Oh, he got loose all on his own. Nobody around him, luckily, because the way he's been racing, he almost just took somebody. He almost would have taken somebody out. Scrapes the fence, but I don't see anything caution worthy here. I say there has to have been some. Oh, okay, there we go. A little bit more of a spin. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I can see a caution flag coming out for that. Spins, nearly collects his teammate, manages to avoid any major damage. Good on them, but man, that is risky. Alright, so we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so yeah, we're currently under a commercial or under a caution flag. You're not missing a thing, guys. Let's see. Here we go. So yeah, everybody coming down pit road for a for a yellow flag pit stop opportunity here. Guys like Bowman may stay out to try and get this lap back that he lost during this cycle because his caution flag came out before everybody else cycled through. Hamlin right at the very end of pit road. You've got Ross Chastain a 9.5 second pit stop here. Briscoe not all the way at the end of pit road as he was not the pole sitter of this race. Reddick with a 9.9 second pit stop. Briscoe with a 9.7. Good, but question is, will it be fast enough to beat Hamlin? Hamlin with a really slow pit stop. Denny Hamlin! Come on! Denny Hamlin gonna have to start essentially tail of the field here. Might as well take an extra second to... Oh, no, they're gonna just go ahead and him off and get him back out there. Okay. I thought they might try and speed up the process here at some point. Alright, there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Do. They got a commercial break again. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. But yeah, that stop is going to be a mess there for Hamlin. But yeah, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. we go. Alright, and we are chilling under caution flag here. You're not missing a thing. Alright, so again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Oh, but we are chilling out here. Let's see. Alright, so there we go. Again, we're getting everything all ready to go. We're coming back from the commercial break, and let's see. Alright, here we go. Oh, the 20 with real damage. Oh, please. No, 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 no. Here we go. Green flag's out. We're back to racing. Briscoe out in front. So yeah, the pit is the crew is talking about real damage on the broadcast. Bell currently in the 6th place as he restarts. Seems to be okay, at least for now, but man, that is not a great spot to be in here. 43 laps into this stage. Ross Chastain trying to take the lead from Briscoe. Ross Chastain, and it looks like Chastain will potentially take this one from Briscoe. Again, Briscoe, even without the lead, Briscoe would still be a very, still be high enough in points to be a real contender here. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so here we go. Oh, the one of Chastain way up the track. Here comes Eric Jones. Speaking of the Toyotas, here comes Eric Jones and John Nemechek. Both have gotten up into the top 10. Great. Whatever that strategy was that I was clowning on them for earlier, I take pretty much all of it back. I still think it was a risky move, but in this case, the risky move has worked out. Alright, so there we go. Again, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright. Oh, yep. Say the 20 of Christopher Bell spun somebody out as they were entering their pit box. Looks like the 77 host of our might have been the one that got spun. Yeah. So the 20 very well could have real aerodynamic damage there on the car. Alright, so there we go. Alright, again, SVG trying to bump his way into this show for the championship, or not for the championship four, but for the round of 12. And right now, he is doing a very good job at hanging on, but man, is it going to take a lot of effort to get him all the way there. Alright, so there we go. Again. Alright, so again, here we go. Sorry, walking back in here. Sorry, I was a little distracted there. We are back out here. Man, Briscoe still has a 2.5 second lead over the battle for second, but the battle for second is on here as we've got Eric Jones closing in on Ross Chastain. Eric Jones, a two-time winner here at Darlington in the Southern 500 both times, and one of which was even in this 43 car back when it was Petty GMS and a Chevy team at that. But there we go. Well, there we go. Bell getting past. I mean, Bell has some. Yeah, Bell definitely has some damage on that front of the cars. He just lost 13th place to Kyle Busch. And oh yeah, that is some significant aero damage on that front of the car. You're gonna have to hope that you get maybe another caution to try and work on that thing early, but again, though, Toyota absolutely being the dominant story of the night. Even with this bad pit stop from Hamlin, this contact on pit road from Christopher Bell, you still have first, third, fourth, seventh, and eighth are all Toyotas. This is Toyota's track at this point. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, Briscoe putting on a absolute clinic here. Again, we're just kind of keeping an eye on this one. Jones up to second, Reddick to third, Chastain drops to fourth here. So now you got Toyota 1, 2, 3, Chevy 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, and then you got Toyota 7 and 8. So I mean the front And say the first Ford is in 10th. Yikes. Man, I mean, I get it. There's a lot of Toyota up there, but man, how do you not have at least one car competing for, oh, I don't know, ninth, eighth, maybe? I mean, especially, there's only 3 manufacturers for to fill up the entire thing. Then again, you do have 5 Toyotas, yep. Alright, so there we go. Again, Reddick doing a really good job, though, of keeping this one in there after being involved in that very first opening lap crash. So, yeah, there we go. Alright, so there we go. Cowboys Eagles. Thursday night. We'll be streaming that right here on the channel too. So as I say, get your football hats on because we're gonna be getting ready for some NFL football here. Um Unfortunately I was busy this offseason. I didn't get a chance to actually work on any of the edits to the scoreboard that I really wanted to make, So scoreboard is going to look extremely similar, if not identical, to what it looked like last year. But it's functional and it'll work. We'll yeah, hopefully we'll be making some redesigns. Hopefully for the next season of football. But these first 2 seasons, basically just going to be getting everything settled in. But yeah, we got again football starting this week. I am not exactly excited for my team, but I do have a lot of other stuff here, so let's see. Alright, so there we go. Again, Joey Logano attacking Christopher Bell here. Man, Bell is really struggling with that front end damage. That is not gonna. Say he and Byron both struggling here pretty well. Hopefully they'll be able to turn this one around, but yeah, we'll see. Alright, so there we go. They got everything all set up. Again, we were just chilling out here. We got a long stage still to go. We've got a total of 14 lead changes, 16 laps of caution across 3 cautions. All of 2 of which have been for contact, one of which was the obviously the stage end. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Yeah, so they're gonna go ahead and show this pass off from Logano, just getting right up on Bell's quarter panel, nearly wrecking Bell. What on earth? Logano, he was not that good. You can pass him normally. Alright, so yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so there we go. Alright, we got pit cycle starting. Here we go. Pit stops have started here. Blaney, Larson, Nemechek all coming down pit road. Alright, so here we go. Reddick, Chastain, Allmendinger, Gibbs, Bubbalos, Busher, Briscoe, Jones, Priest, Bush, and Logano, SVG, Hamlin, all coming to pit road and more. And everybody kind of clearing pit road all at the same time as well here. Briscoe with an alternator problem. Oh no, please. No, 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 no. That's not good. Alright, so again, Elliott, Haley, Cindric, Gregson, Bell, Hocevar, Custer, the front seven have all not pit. Alright, so 40 laps to go here in the stage. We're working our way through this one pretty good though. Alright, So again, Bell's trying to stay out as long as possible, which is weird. I would have thought he would have been one of the first guys to jump on pit road once the pit window opened. Try and get on that, try and get in there, fix the car as quick as possible, and then get back around to it. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Oh. Alright. Send me a message real quick. Alright, let's see. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Oh, but yeah, again, Elliott, the last driver not to pit. Yeah, even Christopher Bell came to pit road a minute ago. And here he comes. Chase Elliott will complete this cycle of pit stops. Briscoe, though, was not able to catch guys like Elliott and Bell to put them to unlap him. Well, he unlapped himself, but he wasn't able to threaten to take the lead back without the pit stops on these guys the way he had previously with some of these other ones. Alright, here we go. Here comes Elliott coming out of pit road. Briscoe now with a 2-second lead. Jones nearly 4 seconds back in third place. And they go to commercial break. Very abrupt call to commercial break there. Wow. Alright, well, again, we are just chilling out here, closing in on lap 200 here in a hurry. Alright, so again, we're just chilling over here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, there we go. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Oh, man. Man. Hmm. Definitely a lot more tired than I normally should be for a race like this. All right, give me a second. I'm just checking my lineup, and then we'll walk back in here, guys. So it's really Denny Hamlin, Bell that are my two worst right now. I'll put Bell in my garage, even though he was originally my race win pick, because that damage on pit road really hurts. But man, Barry, that wreck is just so strange to see. For plenty of reasons. So let's see. Who did I have out in the first round? Let's see. Okay, I had Bowman making it through. Oh, we got a flat tire on the front stretch. It's Cody Ware. Man. Cody Ware with a flat tire on pit road. Let me go ahead and this one, let's see. So we're just checking some lineups here while we've got a caution flag break with 27 to go here. Bubba Wallace makes it now. We've got, what is that? 6 Toyotas, 3 Chevys, and 1 Ford in the top 10 there. I mean, Toyota's crushing it tonight, and not that we should be surprised. We shouldn't really be surprised at this point, but to an extent, I think we are. All right, so there we go. 26 laps to go here. Byron's nowhere near the points. He wasn't in the points on stage 1, so I'm going to bench him there. So yeah, there we go. And we're getting this one. So they're towing the 51 back to pit road here. They'll be opening pit road, and here comes everybody. At least all the lead lap cars coming down pit road. All right, so there we go. Larson with a 10.1, Chastain with an 11-second pit stop, Reddick with a 9.9, and Briscoe with a 9.7, the best of the 4 leaders pit stops there. Oh! little bit of contact, or at least not necessarily 4 liters, but the 4 feature cars here. And now they're going to go ahead and take some time, fix up the 20 car, and try and get that car running better, back like how it was at the beginning. Because if you can't get it back to where it was at the beginning, you're gonna have a hard time running this one. Right, that one I can leave alone. And I should only have one more fantasy league I need to check. Do that one. All right. Oh wow, this one is really not a bad roster at all. I'm gonna wait until we see what the pit cycles are gonna look like for this one. All right, there we go. All right, let's see. Where am I doing in my main fantasy league? I am 8. Yikes! What can I do to improve that? Wow, not much, because Christopher Bell right now is doing the worst of my guys, and he's already in my garage. I just need him, Byron, or Hamlin to start making up some of that ground that they've lost. Man. Yeah, no worries. How is the... Let's... I kind of want to know a score update here. Let's see. Miami versus Notre Dame. I can give you guys score updates of the Notre Dame game if you guys want. I'm actually kind of interested in seeing how that one goes. Pretty sure my dad's probably flipping back and forth as well between the Miami and Notre Dame games. As I say, personally more of a Florida fan myself, but I find it hard not to end up rooting for all the teams from Florida. UCF, UFC, or not UFC, Florida State. Sorry, Florida State. Yeah, FSU. But yeah, Go Gators is my main team. But I will keep an eye on that Notre Dame game for you. Every 15, 20 laps or so, when we get kind of strung out, I'll go ahead and take a peek over there. And if there's any major score updates, I'll let you know. But yeah, I totally understand, though. Flipping back and forth between race and Notre Dame, though, can be tricky. Yeah, anytime there's football and NASCAR going on at the same time, it's tough. I mean, that's going to be me with the Colts this entire season. I'm going to be having to keep an eye on how my Colts and Anthony Richardson are doing. Meanwhile, I'm going to also be calling the Cup races down the stretch here. Not sure, depending on when my flight back is, what my plans are for that Sunday after Bristol. If we'll be streaming a game Sunday afternoon at all. But here we go again. They're getting doubled up, ready to go back racing. And yeah, should be all good to go. Briscoe, Reddick, Jones, Larson, Allmendinger, Chastain, Busher, Nemechek, Bubba Wallace, Ty Gibbs, the top 10. Ryan Preece trying to put 2 Fords in the top 10, though. That's not bad. Blaney up there also fighting for that top 10 spot there. Then you've got Bush and Dillon, the 2 RCR cars, 13th, 14th. That's some pretty good positioning there as we get ready to go back racing. Green flags out. We are back to racing. Let's get some air flow going. It's not hot, but man, do a little something to help. Wake, there we go. Yeah, I was really that fan works really well. All right, so here we go. Green, and 22 laps to go in this stage. Are you kidding me? Eric Jones, 3 wide up the bottom. Eric Jones looking for the lead. Not gonna get either of those spots, but amazing effort here. And oh, Ryan Blaney goes around. Blaney from the back of the field Ryan Blaney goes around, caution flag flies, and another playoff driver in shambles here as Ryan Blaney goes for a spin with 21 laps to go in this stage. A very short sprint here. That could have played out really well if Jones had been able to make that jump. Jones actually lost a spot to Larson on the aftermath of that sprint move that he tried. Ty Gibbs also losing his top 10 spot after Ryan Preece was able to jump him on that start. And what on earth was that attempted restart here? And let's see what happened to Blaney first off here. So Blaney, Kyle Busch nearly goes around right in front of Blaney and gets, he got the 1-2 combo of RCR. So yeah, there we go. Alright, well, we're at commercial break. No update on the score here is the Miami Hurricanes are getting to the end of quarter number 1. They do have the ball, and it is 1st and 10, but it looks like quarter number 1, with only 2 seconds left on the clock, is basically done. Here comes Ryan Blaney scraping this one back to pit road. Man, Ryan Blaney with a really unfortunate way to start these playoffs for him. Alright, but yeah, they're going to commercial break. We are chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, there we go. Let me see. Can I put the race side by side with the game? That would be fun. Is there no multi? Of course, for race and Right, let me see if I can make my own multi-view here. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Change multi-view. There we go. Alright, I don't need that. I don't really need any of those. Change multi-view. Is there a way to go ahead and just... Okay, there we go. Cut. Let's cut Braves and Philadelphia Phillies, and there we go. All right. So we'll keep a split eye on the Notre Dame game. How about that, Dave? Does that sound good? I'm not sure if you're a Notre Dame or Miami fan, but yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing how that game goes. Both, ironically, are currently a commercial break here. There we go. Okay, you're a Sooner. Okay, you're an Oklahoma Sooner. Okay, hey, no worries. As I don't really have, outside of really hating the Bulldogs, I don't really have a whole lot of hate for any specific team in the in college football. I mean, I think there's a general dislike for some of the SEC teams. Looking at Alabama, Auburn, but hey, even Alabama, I can vibe with some of their fans. Some of the other ones like Kentucky, and whatnot. It's like, yeah. But yeah, the Oklahoma Sooner and you must have really enjoyed watching Texas lose to Ohio State to open up the season yesterday, though. All right, so here we go, coming back from commercial break over on the NASCAR side of things. Just watching this on board as Austin Dillon had nowhere to go, and Blaney was checking up to avoid that one. It was not Blaney's fault by any stretch. Or it was, I mean, not Austin Dillon's fault by any stretch. But all right, here we go to start the second quarter. Here we got Carson Beck and the Miami Hurricanes ready to kick this one off against Notre Dame and the Fighting Irish. Handoff here. Oh, goes nowhere. Gets kind of stuffed right at the line. Tries to backtrack and get away, but the defender had his ankle. He manages to get back to the line of scrimmage. Meanwhile, here we go on the NASCAR side of things. Looks like the pace car is off. Field in the hands of the two leaders, Briscoe and Reddick, here as we get ready to go. Green flags out. We are racing here at Darlington once again. And again, Josh Berry trying everything he can to try and stay relevant here. And say he's hoping for some crashes, maybe some positions he can gain and some points he can try and claw back, but it is going to be a really tough spot for him to climb out of here. Briscoe and Reddick. Ooh, Reddick nearly just washed up the track into his teammate, man, just to keep it off his teammate. Meanwhile, a Notre Dame player down on the field with an injury over there. Hope he's okay. Yeah, but yeah, Briscoe though able to clear the battle for the lead with Reddick and able to clear by a country mile here. Larson though holding on to third here. Eric Jones gonna see if he can take it away from him. Meanwhile, here we go. Alex Bowman trying to see if he can fight with Christopher Bell for position. Is that for position, really? Oh, no. Bowman, the first car off the lead lap. Meanwhile, Bell is right at the tail end of the lead lap. All right, so here we go. 14 laps to go. If Bowman can just stay in position for the free pass, here he's fighting. Okay, so Bowman's fighting with Ty Dillon for the free pass position here as we got 14 laps to go in the stage. That is the battle we're watching on the bottom half of the screen, while we got the top half of the screen has Denny Hamlin's fight going on in it. But yeah, I mean, man, Austin is like Ty Dillon fighting extremely hard with Alex Bowman for this one. And now we got another driver getting in the mix here as well. Looks like the one at Chastain is trying to insert himself into the mix. There we go. And I say, the more cars they end up lapping, the worse it'll be. Although, considering they just had a restart. Oh! Austin Dillon up the track. Not sure. Is his car okay? Had that flat tire kind of look to him here. Oh boy, Trev, hey, how's it going? I hope Chase at least gets the top 10 if he doesn't win. I would love to see it too, but right now he's not in position for a top 10. He actually narrowly avoided that Austin Dillon thing with in the middle of the pack right now. There we go. Again, we're just kind of waiting to see, again, right now, Bowman versus Ty Dillon's battle. Looks like Bowman, for the moment, has won the free pass. Assuming nothing goes drastically wrong in these next 10 laps, he will have the free pass and get back on the lead lap to continue to fight for position. Okay, they just replaced his battery. Oh, wow. Okay, I knew, wait, are we talking about? Oh yeah, gee, Elliott, yeah. I was gonna say because I know Briscoe is having some alternator problems too, but man, Briscoe is putting on a dominant performance today. I mean, Jones, Bubba Wallace, some other Toyotas running pretty strong here, but nobody is in the same league really as Briscoe. I mean, Hamlin, if Hamlin's able to jump out to a lead, he can manage a lead over Briscoe. But if Briscoe gets the track position over him, oh, kiss it goodbye. So again, under 10 laps to go here in the stage. Let's see. Of course, Blaney had to be the one I left out of my lineup. Alright, so there we go. Again, Blaney really struggling here with that flat tire issue. And, oh, there we go. Touchdown over on the Miami game. There we go. 6 points for the U. So there we go. Miami Hurricanes get their first touchdown of the year. About a minute into the second quarter here. Again, right now the NASCAR race, we got 6 laps to go in this stage. It'll be a pretty good fight to the stage end, hopefully. Again, right now, Blaney, the current story is they are the crew is trying to figure out something. I don't know if he might have a tire, if they're thinking he has a tire up or something. I didn't get a chance to see. But yeah, again, right now Briscoe on pace to win the first 2 stages of the playoffs and potentially just completely flip this script of how far Briscoe could potentially go. Again, I said that him qualifying really well was going to be a potential strength for him. He did miss out on sweeping the pole positions for all the Crown Jewel races, though, unfortunately. He won every other Crown Jewel pole except for this one, unfortunately. There we go. AJ Allmendinger, no top 10s in his Darlington Raceway career. That is a little alarming there. But obviously, it's not over yet. He still has this race and possibly many more in the future, as we don't know what Allmendinger's future really holds right now. But right now, it seems like his future holds challenging Kyle Larson for the 4th position here. And if AJ Allmendinger can challenge Larson for 4th, I think some questions need to be raised. Not a lot, but some. As AJ Allmendinger challenging Kyle Larson in a Hendrick car for position. But yeah, 3 laps to go here in the stage. All right, 2 laps to go. Pit road is closed. All right, there we go. Let's see. Playoff standings as of right now. You've got Elliott 1 point out, Austin Cindric, SVG, and Logano all 1 to 2 points above the cut line, but Blaney only 5 points above the cut line as they currently run. There we go. Hey Ryan, who's winning in the Notre Dame game? Miami just got the first score of the game about 15-20 seconds ago. So currently Miami is up 7-0 over there on that one. Briscoe's been doing pretty good. Seen better drivers leave a half race. Come the second half, car just goes away. Yeah, I mean, we've seen that happen before, but so far, no cracks in the armor here for Chase Briscoe. Reddick coming home second, third Jones, fourth Larson. Larson able to hold off Allmendinger for fourth. Allmendinger comes home fifth. Sixth will be Ross Chastain. Seventh, Bubba Wallace. Eighth, John Hunter Nemechek. Ninth, Ryan Freese, the only Ford inside the top 10. And William Byron running at your top 10 finishers. Chris Buescher, the first driver to win this one. Yeah, Elliott kind of middling in both stages, which means his hopes are going to be riding on his consistency, which was a big strength of his in the regular season. Obviously, he got the win at Atlanta, which guaranteed him into the playoffs. But yeah, the consistency up to that point was why people weren't overly worried about him. So here we go. Notre Dame on a fourth is up to a fourth down after an incomplete pass there over on the college football game. NASCAR's at a commercial break, so we're going to go ahead and call the Miami game. Try and get myself into a bit of a football mindset as we will be calling the Thursday night. Yes. Oh wait, I just remembered. I might not be at. I'm not going to be at Unity this weekend because I'm covering the Brazil game for the NFL. So I won't actually be at Unity Raceway on Friday. But yeah, there we go. Seeing somebody who has already won here, but whose name is William Byron. He's sitting in 10th. Yeah, Byron was a lot further down a few minutes ago, but manages to recover there. Again, right now, Larson putting up a really good fight. So you got Larson, Byron, Denny, and Reddick, I think, are all the guys who are relatively safe on points the way that this has gone so far. And say if it finishes as it is now, those guys would each have 30-point leads on the cut line heading into with only 2 races to go. Then you got Chastain, Bubba, who are both running good, but not spectacular. Although ironically, they're running 6th and 7th right together. But they both definitely would want to earn some more points before they could really kind of feel comfortable with the gap. Then you've got Bell, Blaney, Logano, who are all in. You cannot make another mistake the rest of this run. Then you got SVG, Austin Cindric, and Elliott, who are all fighting over exactly 1 point to determine who gets those final 2 spots and who doesn't. Then you got Austin Dillon, 14 points out, and he's in a real tough spot here. Oh, whoa. Chase Elliott just jumped 20 spots? What? What happened to... How did Chase Elliott jump up 20 spots? All right, here we go. Race off pit road. It's going to be Briscoe with 2 tires, Reddick with 2 tires, Allmendinger 4, Bubba Wallace with 4, Larson with 4. Weird to see some of the leaders going with 2 tires here. I certainly would have gone with 4 if I was them. But yeah, so Notre Dame had to punt it away, so it'll be Miami ball when they come back. So yeah, there we go. All right, there we go. And again, oh no, okay, yeah, Miami's under center here. All right, Carson Beck in shotgun, takes snap, hands it off to the running back, and gets a couple of yards there before he falls short. Not a very, their runner does not seem very strong. I mean, at least in the two runs I've seen of him, he's run into the, he's tried to shoot a hole through the O line and gotten stopped. One time he tried to backtrack and go ahead. Did my boy just go into the pits 21st to come out 10th? I don't know. Only took 2 tires. I guess depending on what they're using, most likely what they're using up the most. And even though they got 2 tires, it could even out to 4. Yeah, I mean, I don't really understand what the 2 tire call there was for a couple of these drivers, but it very well could play out well for them if they can nurse those 2 tires, say 30, 40 laps in, and make that final pit stop, or that first pit stop to start this final stage. But this final stage is longer, so you're probably going to want to run longer in this one. But here we go. Carson Beck takes snap, and he's going to run it on his own. There's a flag down in the backfield, possibly some sort of block in the back there, but we'll have to wait and see what the flag's going to do. They're coming back from commercial break over on the NASCAR side of things as well. All right, let's see. What was the penalty? It is holding on the offensive line for Miami. So take that good run and take it off the board. Goodbye. And yeah, that was, oh yeah, blatant hold there on 63. And caused the, caused the guy to miss the pit box there. Or not miss the pit box, miss the tackle. Sorry, I was looking over the NASCAR thing and they were showing a highlight of, or low light of Denny Hamlin's bad pit stop earlier. And the Bubba Wallace missing the pit stop clip too. So here we go. 3rd and 18. This is going to be a tough one for Beck. Beck has got to try and figure something out here. Couldn't cut it at Georgia. Maybe the transition to Miami is exactly what he needs. Short screen pass, not able to get there. Not able to get far enough and gets brought down. Got people jumping on it to make sure the ball doesn't get loose, but. Alright, so the only 5 playoff drivers so far with no issues tonight. SVG, wow, okay. SVG has a problem tonight, so 4 playoff drivers without issues tonight. Chastain, Cindric, Larson, Logano. SVG's problem with so far tonight is the fact that he's SVG. And this course doesn't have a right-hand corner on it for him. Alright, so it looks like it'll be a punt away here for the Miami Hurricanes. There it is. Punt is up. We're ready to go back racing over on the NASCAR side of things, and we will be getting ready to go. There we go again. Briscoe, Reddick, Chastain, Larson, Bubba Wallace, and Hamlin all earning the most stage points on the day. Bell, the only other playoff driver to have earned some stage points to help cushion the blow tonight. Or at least the only other driver on the list. A couple of others may have earned 1 or 2 points, but ultimately it's not very significant there. Being significant though, the pace car is off, field in the hands of Briscoe and Reddick as we get ready to go racing. Green, 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 green flags out. We are back to racing. Reddick with a good jump on that inside line. Reddick's gonna clear Briscoe, at least for the moment. Question is, will it persist? There we go. Alright, so there we go. Everybody's kind of settling in here. John Nemechek making some early moves up the grid as Allmendinger naturally drifts back a couple spots. Just off the fact that his car is nowhere near the level of some of these other cars around him. Eric Jones up there, Priest, Kyle Busch, and hey, Ryan Blaney getting a little bit of time. Oh, no, wait, no, sorry, that wasn't top 10 for Blaney. I was going to say that was an incredibly quick comeback for Blaney. And there we go. Briscoe passes Reddick back. Chase Briscoe now has the lead over Reddick once again here as we go back racing. And yeah, all is right in the world. Chase Briscoe leading, and he is going to lead over 200 laps tonight. Will he lead 300? If he leads 300 here, that could be a major storyline here. I don't know if there are enough laps left for him to have led 300. Let's see. Oh, yeah, no, there's definitely enough left for him. Yeah, Reddick smacked the wall coming off of turn 2 as Briscoe is passing him there. A little bit of contact. It's not going to be enough to end his night by any stretch. Alright, so there we go. Bubba Wallace trying to gain some ground here as well. Alright, but yeah, again, Briscoe just going to try and settle into this top spot here. Alright, here we go, here we go. There's a Michael Jordan there on the pit box there as they're going through the rankings for Bubba Wallace, 8th best pit crew amongst playoff drivers, 3rd best restarter. So some good stats there for Bubba Wallace. He's not out. He's inside the top 10 on almost every statistic that they brought up there. So in theory, that means Bubba Wallace should be contending for potentially around an 8 appearance, which I think he has the capability of it. It's just going to come down to execution. And so far tonight, Bubba Wallace is executing near flawlessly, which is amazing. And I say, a day like this, Bubba Wallace is up 24 points above the cut line. He is very safe on the cut line here as they run. So there we go. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, here we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. They're talking about Hocevar here as Hocevar is looking to the bottom on Joe Logano here. Not sure I would be looking to the bottom here on Logano because Logano is the kind of guy you mess with him, you're gonna feel it later. College football goes to commercial break here. All right, no score update there as we are just steamrolling towards this lap 300. Lap 250 here as Briscoe is about to lead his 300th lap. Which, if Briscoe leads Or if Briscoe does end up leading 300 laps, that's insane. If he leads 200, that's incredible. Which he'll be doing in about 5 seconds. Yeah, if he leads 250, amazing job. If he leads 350, something is seriously wrong with my math because I don't think there's a mathematical way he leads 350. 320, maybe. I think 300 would be a stretch, and that is an incredible amount of laps to have led. Ooh, 24 down with a non-contact injury. That's not good for the lower leg. Alright, so here we go again. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. But yeah, right now, Byron trying to hold on to 14th place. He's got Logano breathing down his neck there, though. Logano trying to gain every spot he can as he is currently fighting on the cut line for the playoffs. Oh, man. Alright, let's see. Let's see, checks it up and incomplete. So for Miami. Oh man, I am definitely getting tired here. We are not even. We're getting close to the end of this race ish. Oh man. Alright, so here we go. First and goal for Miami. Alright, so they're going to start first and goal for Miami here. We've got NASCAR, still 112 laps to go here. So yeah, Briscoe can at best lead about 310 laps. It seems to be about 310, 316. I think would be a perfect race from him the rest of the way. And naturally, when he pits, he's gonna lose the lead for at least a couple laps to people cycling the pit stops. Unless he gets another perfectly timed caution where he gets to pit, can maintain the lead and still lead the entire way, but that'll be tough to do. So first and goal for Notre Dame here, though. It's looking like them two tires ain't doing too well for Elliott right now. He might actually need 4 fresh ones. Yeah, again, I think a lot of drivers who took the 2 tires are kind of hoping for yellows. Although I think Reddick and Briscoe, I think both took 2 tires and they're working it out pretty well. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Maybe Elliott's car just is not quite that good. But here we go. Riley Leonard. Ain't he a Colt? Takes the snap, hands off to... Oh, and a fumble for Notre Dame! say the quarterback falls back. Quarterback number 13 falls back on it, but a fumble there for Notre Dame is a costly error. Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, that's C.J. Carr. I don't know why they were putting up Riley Leonard's name and stats there, but maybe comparing him is showing the mark he needs to beat to get this one. But here we go. 3rd and goal for the Fighting Irish. 3rd and goal from the 6. Drops back, looking, scrambling. He's got a rusher in the pocket here, looking to throw, scrambling, throws it up and finds him. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Notre Dame with a TD. Let's go. Meanwhile, over on the NASCAR race, they are back from commercial. They're back from that commercial break here again. Briscoe just kind of settling into a. Oh, we got a bit of a rain shower coming in here as they were throwing that TV. Nice, good job being able to hold on to a wet football. But yeah, this let's say 5 Toyotas inside the top 6 right now. The only non-Toyota is Ross Chastain's Chevy in 4th. There we go. Again, right now, most laps led in a single Darlington race. You got Kyle Busch at 155, finished 30th. You got MTJ, 145, finished 31st. These are not great accolades for him. I'm kind of curious what the most laps they'll win at Darlington would be in the modern era, because obviously there's going to be some races decades ago when drivers led the entire race, but there we go. Give it time. Chase Elliott. The good thing is Elliott is good at the flat track, so yeah, when we go to Gateway next week, I do have confidence that he'll be able to pull up a little bit. Now the question is the hard part is going to be him versus Cindric and Logano, who are all Cindric, Logano, and Dillon, who are all pretty decent at these flatter short tracks. Now, obviously, Gateway isn't Richmond, so maybe Dillon will have a bit of a harder time. But yeah, Elliott does need to perform. If I'm Elliott and I want to be comfortable, I want to leave here with a 7 to 10 point lead minimum. Right now, he's got 1. He's got 1 out of 10. He's 10% of the way there. But yeah, here we go. We are chilling out here. But yeah, right now though, not a whole lot going on the NASCAR side of things. Again, Ross Chastain trying to hold on to that, and actually Chastain took one of the spots away from a Toyota. There we go. Yeah, Notre Dame got a touchdown, tied the game at 7 apiece with 5 minutes left in the quarter. Yeah. Your Alabama boys didn't get beat by Florida. They got beat by Florida State. It's slightly more embarrassing to lose to Florida State than Florida, but yeah. It's already a rough start for the for the University of Alabama. I loved watching that one. I'm a Florida kid. I love my Florida teams. For me, it goes Gators, UCF, USF, SFU. Sorry, FSU, Florida State, and then Miami's down there a bit. Not my favorite Florida team, but still a team I root for when I can, and my dad's personal favorite college football team. So hard to hate it too much, especially when I know he can hear me and could come down and laugh at me if I start trying to hate on Miami and then they go and score another 3 touchdowns. All right, let's see. Where is Chase? All right, Chase Elliott's currently in 17th place. He has room to improve. 21st place. He has room to improve upon that for sure. That's the biggest thing. Whenever you want a driver to move up the grid, you really want them to have cars in front of them to pass because they're like for example, if they are Austin Cindric and they are 1 point above the cut, or they're like 14 points below the cut line even, but they're running inside the top 15. Yeah, that's rough. All right, let's see. Lining up, takes snap, handoff, and gets just absolutely stuffed there. Gets a couple yards there, but not a lot. All right, so here we go again. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Again, Christopher Bell. He's got SVG looking up his inside here. SVG making a pass on Christopher Bell for position. That has got to be a new low for Christopher Bell. Yeah, Christopher Bell back in 25th place. That is disappointing there for a driver who had a lot of potential coming in. And not that the potential's over, but yeah, you hate to see anyone portraying him that badly. Man. Alright, we are working our way through this one though. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Alright, here we go. Pit window has opened, and we got Penske cars. Logano, Blaney, Bell, Dillon all coming down here. So Penske and more. Larson, Cindric, Byron. Basically just a hodgepodge of every good car. So yeah, there we go. There's a Reddick Jones coming down pit road. Nemechek on pit road. Bubba Wallace coming down pit road. Virtually everybody jumping on the pit road here at the last minute. Yeah. Man, we hadn't had any of the final round of pit stops. The first one started about 5 seconds ago. Now nearly everybody's coming for their stop. Wow. So yeah, there we go. Yep, yeah, green flag pit stops are occurring here. Priest, Allmendinger, Gregson, Zane Smith. Man. It has been a long day. Alright, so Chastain right now having the lead. Kyle Busch comes down pit road. Alright, here we go. Chastain coming down pit road. Ross Chastain on pit road here. Bush gonna get his pit stop done in 11 seconds there. Ryan, did you explain something as to why Elliott would wait till everybody else to come down pit road? I mean, no, but I could do it now. I mean, as of right now, Chase Elliott would have a decent chunk of the field lapped, and if he was able, so currently 17 cars on lead lap. If Elliott's able to get a caution while most of these guys who have come down pit road are a lap down, then he would be able to pit, keep his track position, and still have fresher tires than a lot of the other lead lap drivers, as they would have to stay out and take the wave around, not come back in and get 4 fresh tires. So, I mean, that's the best strategy I can come up with. And yeah, you want to try and put those 4 tires on later, because at this point you are definitely in a hole already to begin with. And so doing the exact same thing the rest of the leaders are doing is not going to get you enough change. So here we go. Coming down pit road for Denny Hamlin. Yeah, no, that's I see that. Again, that's my thought process there is Elliott might be trying to wait this one out for a especially since Briscoe's ahead of him. If he pits, he would likely lose his lead lap status. If he can wait it out for a caution flag, hey, he improved himself a lap. Oh no, here comes Chase Elliott now. Okay, that's weird. I would have waited even longer if I was him, but Chase Elliott chooses to come down pit road now. That'll be 1 to 2 laps down, and we'll have a very tough time recovering here. Alright, so again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. They're going to a commercial break. I'm going to run use the bathroom real quick. I'm also going to grab another drink, and we'll be right back down here. Alright, there we go. We are chilling. Oh, and Miami scored. Okay, Miami scored another touchdown. Yep. Touchdown Miami with 12 seconds left in the first half. Let's go. Good job, Miami. There we go. So yeah, pretty much everybody cycled through their pit stops now. Briscoe back out in front leading, currently at 233 laps led on the day. But yeah, here we go again. Just looking for any of these upsides because a lot of these drivers, as most people probably didn't have 4 Toyotas in the top 5. And there it goes. It's 5 Toyotas in the top 5. All 5 spots in the top 5 are Toyotas. Wow. SVG still holding out on that final pit on, or not, well, might be final at this point, but waiting out on that next pit stop wave to try and go ahead and get this one. So there we go. They just show CJ Daniels is having. Oh wait, oh yeah, CJ Daniels. That's Miami's wide receiver. No. Okay, he is a receiver, but he does not have the stats that were just shown on the screen. Alright, well. We're just kind of waiting to see what this one's going to look like. But yeah, man, Ross Chastain got loose there a little bit. Kind of messed up the groove there for a couple of people. But yeah, again, right now you've got. Well, let's see, playoff standings. Chase Elliott now 4 points behind Logano as they run right now. There we go. That's not a great one there. All right, and the football game is going to halftime, so we'll pick that game back up in the second half. Oh, come on! Come on! Literally, first thing I do when I take on pink off. Come on. I go to reach for my drink the first time and I spill it. So we're gonna have to wash this tablecloth at some point this week. It's gonna be sticky with juice. Good thing all the tech over here is somewhat raised up. Alright, come on, man. Not looking good for Elliott. Yeah, well, if he can, he can bounce back. He is the kind of driver who can bounce back. He's shown good speed at some of these flat tracks before. He just needs to. It will be pressure will be on him, and that's one of those things that he's not really done well with in the past is pressure. There we go. On top of that, I lost like half my drink. Alright, so there we go. Again, we are chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Alright, well, let's try and lock back in here. Again, we're at a side-by-side commercial on the NASCAR thing. And again, we're at halftime on the football game, so. Currently a bit of time here. Let's see. Alright, so there we go. Coming back from commercial break. Man. Here we go. SVG finally makes his pit stop. Now, if he can go the rest of the distance on fuel, he may be able to fuel mileage himself into a good oval finish for the first time in his career. Now, again, that will come down to a lot of luck and a matter of timing of the cautions, but it is definitely possible that he could have a realistic run at this one. Let's see. Got 65 laps to go here. Still room for Briscoe to try and get that 300 laps led tonight. I don't know if he'll be able to get there, but Briscoe will have a shot at least. All right, here we go. So again, right now, as it currently stands, it would be Elliott, Dillon, Bowman, and Barry who would leave this first race. Yeah, just shy of the first position there. All right, so there we go. All right, there we go. Yeah, Elliott trying to unlap himself from Briscoe. That'll be big. And I say chasing Chase. All right, there we go. Again, Briscoe holding on to this lead. It's currently at a 1.5 second lead. And again, the Toyotas are dominating this conversation at the front of the field. We do at least have two Fords in the top 10 now. So again, right now we're gonna say everybody's doing a pretty good thing here so far. Again, right now Briscoe holding the lead. Elliott closing in on him, trying to make this pass happen, but not able to do much so far. Ooh, there we go. Well, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Again, I apologize. It's been a long day. And oh no, we got fire coming out from underneath the 44. Derek Kraus. Well, at a commercial break here, massive fire starting to come out from underneath the 44. Get out of that car, Derek. That fire suppression system is going to do what it can, but what it can is not much. Yeah, I know. I just said that we have a car on fire. Yeah, the 44 Derek Kraus caught fire. So with 53 laps to go, we have a caution flag out here. And we will have a chance to see this race potentially. As I say, the race potentially might get decided here. This will be, I believe, last round of pit stops for a lot of these drivers. Yeah, for a while the 44 tried to nurse it back to the pit road, and then at one point it was just obvious. Nope, you just need to get out of that car. Oh, we are. Oh, and Virginia Tech lost to South Carolina. All right, let's go. Down with Virginia Tech. All right. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Oh, Monday, tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, we got Belichick. Belichick's first game of the year, I believe. Oh, Chase Elliott scored the free pass. All right, well, makes sense since he was trying to fight back on the lead lap that whole time. But too bad he wasn't able to get it. Otherwise, he'd be able to actually, he'd be able to potentially gain track position on his pit stops. And now he'll just have to pass everybody. But good thing is, Chase Elliott's a driver who can definitely pass cars if need be. Alright, so there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. So yeah, we went the whole first stage with only the one caution on lap one, and then we had a very caution-filled stage. We had a fairly caution-filled stage too, including the back-to-back cautions. Yeah, about 90% of the way through the stage. Then we had a very long green flag stint to start the third stage, ended here by a massive car fire. So, what will the end of this race look like? Will it be like stage two with a rash of cautions, or will it be like stage one, clean and green to the end? We will have to wait and find out. Kind of curious to see what the playoff standings are going to look like once we start getting everything kind of centered back up. Alright, so there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Okay, second half for the football game coming back in 3.5 minutes. NASCAR currently at a commercial break and a caution flag, so you're not missing anything here. Let's see. Playoff standings now that Elliott is not the leader anymore. Chase Elliott does have is back to a 19-point advantage on the cut line, so. I say some of these worries about, I don't know if Chase Elliott will be able to do it. I think he'll be a lot safer than some of these other guys. SVG, Cindric, Logano, and Dillon, I think are going to be the guys really kind of sweating it. Possibly Blaney or Bell if they continue to have a rough day. Of course, my pick had to be one of those that was having a real rough time. I didn't expect Briscoe to have this perfect a day. I knew he'd have a good day, but man, this is just another level altogether for Briscoe. 2-2-2. All right, pace car is off. Feeling the hands of Briscoe and Reddick as we get ready to go back racing. And it will be green, green, green. Green flag is out. We are racing here at Darlington. Darlington, South Carolina. Gonna play host here to the final 48 laps of this playoff opener. Alright, so here we go. Green flag is out. We are racing here at Darlington. Again, Hamlin, Bell are going to be some of the guys I'm going to be keeping an eye on here. Bell, Blaney, both in the mid-20s here. Going to be trying to see if they can climb their way back up through the field. Alright, so there we go. Again, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. But yeah, we are just cruising here. 45 laps to go. Briscoe, Reddick, Jones, Nemechek, and Bubba Wallace locking out those top 5 spots for Toyota still. And we got Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin, former Joe Gibbs Racing teammates, battling just at the edge of the top 10, battling it out for 9th place here. Alright, so there we go. Again, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, we also got Hocevar and Chastain, two very similar. What Joey taking the night off? Yeah, Joey Logano's been completely irrelevant all night tonight. But yeah, I say Joey Logano has been more anonymous than Chase has been. At least Chase has been in and around the top 10 for a bit. So yeah, again though, right now though, everybody's been anonymous compared to Briscoe. I mean, Reddick has had a few moments here, and obviously anyone inside the top 10 has been notable, but alright, so here we go again. 40 laps left here at Darlington. If the NASCAR race wraps up before the football game does, I'm not going to be staying up to watch the football game. Well, I might stay up and watch it, but I'm going to be getting ready for bed. Because it has been a long night, but yeah, we'll definitely stay to the end of the NASCAR race here. 39 laps to go. Right now, Joey Logano and SVG tied for the cut line here. Man, SVG putting on a bit of a show here at the edge of the cut line. Problem is, if he doesn't hold on to it, that's going to be really rough. Alright, so here we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Alright, here we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. I apologize for the low effort tonight. I've just been really out of it. Oh, hey, we gained the sub at some point during the stream. Thank you for whoever that new sub was. Yeah, right now we are just 35 laps away from this one. Say Chase Briscoe, can he get to 300? It's gonna be close. 300 is all. It would be leading all but 10 laps remaining. If he manages to lead all but that and then still somehow not come away with this one, that would be insane. But yeah, 34 laps to go here. Taking a look over at the football game. They got a handoff and got some good yardage out of run with player number 4 there on the Miami Hurricane. Normally, when it comes to college, I try and have a printout roster because they don't have names on the back of their jerseys, and the names change so frequently it's hard to remember them. Yeah, especially if they're not your team. And here we go, Christopher Bell with a green flag pit stop here. Oh, please. Come on. Please let this work out for Christopher Bell in some way, shape, or form. I don't know what he needs at this point because I can't imagine that the rest of these guys aren't running straight to the checkered flag, but Alright. I mean, again, yeah, the 20, that wreck with the 77 really killed any shot they had at good performance today. Alright, here we go. Miami takes snap, throws it to number 3. And, oh, he gets stripped at. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't get stripped. I thought he got stripped of the ball. No, he does go down for a loss, though. Here we go. Point positions again. Logano on the bad side of SVG on this one, but SVG not having a lot of ground to work with here on this one. Came in with a 20-plus point advantage. You can't lose 20-plus points per race and still expect to make it to the playoffs. And in fact, losing this many points tonight, you're going to really put yourself on the back burner to have to probably get a top 10 in order to still advance on points. And that's assuming that you aren't going to just all of a sudden win when your best finish is 20th or so. You haven't had a finish better than top 20 tonight. Alright, so there we go. Well, yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. We're getting closer and closer to the end of this one. 25 laps to go. Again, Briscoe has dominated this race. If anybody can take this one from him, it's probably Reddick. Or fuel mileage. Because, again, I don't know I haven't figured out exactly how far they can go on fuel here. And trust me, these drivers are great fuel savers these days. So, maybe Bell's pit strategy has something to it. Maybe it was just the only thing they could do. Who knows? And yeah, can't say it's hard to really predict it. Monday morning, ask me tomorrow and I can tell you. Yep, touchdown over on the Miami game. They are now up 20. They'll be up 21 to 7 right now. Over Notre Dame. Looks like a upset alert is in tow for week 1 here for Miami. There we go. 80 feet separate. 77 feet was the closest the two cars got through the corner for Briscoe versus the 45 of Reddick. And now entering the corner again. Getting close. Uh, Alright, so there we go. Yeah, we're getting closer and closer. We'll be 20 to. As I say, next time by, it'll be 20 laps to go. Alright, so there we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's see it. So yeah, there we go. And we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Let's see. Under 20 laps to go. We got ourselves a pretty good race going here, honestly. I'm kind of curious. All right. Only 8 laps away. Are we about to see Briscoe lead 300 laps at Darlington? And will he be able to finish the race off without some sort of issue? We've seen a lot of issues plague drivers who lead lots here. And I'd say we have not seen anybody else come to pit road the way the 20 did a few minutes ago. So I'm starting to think that maybe everybody else is going to be good on fuel. But hey, he ensured himself that, hey, if this does go to some sort of overtime, I am for sure good on fuel. All right, so there we go again. And say that Jones boy getting bigger and bigger in the back in the rearview mirror of Tyler Reddick here. All right, there we go. Come on. But yeah, say Denny Hamlin getting into it a little bit there with the 77 of Hocevar there. And say Chase Briscoe though 5 laps away from the big 300. 300 laps led in a singular race here for Briscoe. One of the most dominant nights we've seen in a long time. And I mean a long time. Let's say Briscoe is now lapped SVG. SVG currently 1 lap down. So, what will and say Reddick gets by SVG. Reddick is within striking distance. Can Reddick do something to win this race? 14 laps to go. Only 4 laps away from a staggering 300 laps. This storyline should be talked about more. Being able to actually hit 300 laps led in a race, especially a race like this one where you only have 367 of them total. That's an insane percentage. Average running position, 1.8. Alright. Here we go. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Takes snap, drops back, throws it. Oh, over on the Miami game. Not able to complete that one. Hoping for a big play to catch a big play here, but again, we are closing in. Here we go. 299 laps led for Briscoe. Can he do it one more time around until he hits 10 laps to go? But one more lap and he will hit lap 300 on the day. Let's go. Notre Dame punting it away, by the way. Back to the... Oh! Miami catches a small break there as they juke a defender out of his shoes there. There we go. Lap 300 for Chase Briscoe. laps led on the day. What an absolute accomplishment here for Briscoe. Now he just has to survive the final 10 laps. Alright, so there we go. Again, Briscoe, he's led a total he's led almost half of his laps led all season have been led tonight. He's doubled his laps led in one singular night compared to his entire season up to this point. Reddick is closing though. Again, Briscoe's put on this dominating performance. You gotta finish it off. If you don't win this race, it will just be another one of those, oh, well, you almost had it type moments. You don't want to be the almost had it guy. You want to be the guy who dominated and won. 8 laps to go. Yeah, Notre Dame does look fairly far off. I mean, granted, they do have a brand new quarterback, so regression is not exactly unexpected when you're starting with a brand new quarterback. I don't know their quarterback story as much. Again, outside of my Florida Gators and a couple of bigger names around the league, I'm not the most familiar with Notre Dame stuff. But yeah, again, here we go. Reddick, though, closing in on the back bumper of Briscoe. Here we go. Can Briscoe hold him off all the way to the checkers? We've got 6 laps to go. 6 more times around. 6 laps left. All right, here we go. All right. So here we go. Chase Briscoe holding off Tyler Reddick and Eric Jones. A 3-way fight for the win. Reddick to the bottom of the racetrack. Looking for it. Not going to be able to get it done in this corner here. Coming off of turn number 4. Here comes Eric Jones to battle for second. 5 laps to go. 5 more times around. Yeah, Briscoe versus Reddick versus Jones. Jones and Reddick have to try and avoid fighting each other so they can chase down Reddick. Meanwhile, who is that? That's Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman, currently the last car on lead lap. Is he going to provide any grief to the 19? Looks like no. Bowman's just going to stick it on the very bottom and allow the 19 and the other 2 to potentially pass somewhat easily here. 4 laps to go. 4 more times around here. And the 19 of Chase Briscoe has put on one of the most dominant performances of the season, leading over 300 laps en route to this victory here. Let's see, what's it gonna be? Oh man, he's running so close here. And Reddick is able to run so close to Briscoe. The question is, can he get there? 3 laps to go. Only 3 more times around. He's not got a whole lot of shots left to try and get there. Closing in on the back bumper, down the back straightaway. He's got 2.5 laps to go. 2.5. Can Reddick get there? Just going to run in behind Briscoe for right now. That dirty air is going to hurt, though. So here we go, off the corner. Come on, Reddick, this is your shot. You have got to do something into turn 1. You didn't choose to do something into turns 3 and 4. You got to have something in 1 and 2 then on this. Here we go, closes in on him through 1 and 2. You need to be able to stay close down the back straightaway and make a move into 3 and 4 at this point. Because you're able to, just running your line, you're able to close in on him in 1 and 2. You just need to be able to capitalize on that after turns 1 and 2. And here we go. White flag, 1 lap to go at Darlington. Briscoe versus Reddick. Who will win this one? Will Jones be able to steal it from behind? Chase Briscoe up against the fence. Reddick in behind, looking for the lead. It's going to be Briscoe versus Reddick down the back straightaway. One last set of corners to go. And to the bottom of the racetrack goes Reddick, looking for it all. Up the side, Briscoe not going to get there. Briscoe's going to hold off of turn number 4. And Chase Briscoe is a Southern 500 winner again. Back-to-back years. Let's go. All right, there we go. And we got Briscoe, Reddick, Jones, the front 3. Nemechek coming home with a top 5 finish. Allmendinger hangs it out there and gets a top 5 finish. Bubba Wallace comes home 6th. 7th, Denny Hamlin. 8th is going to be Kyle Busch. 9th, Carson Hocevar. And rounding out the top 10 will be Chris Buescher. So, as per usual, we will go through the full finishing order, but man, was that an exciting finish there. I thought, good job, Chase Briscoe there. 309 laps led is the final count. As per usual, we will go through the full finishing order. But if you guys just came for the race reaction, that is it. But again, for those of you guys who are general sports fans, I will be streaming on Thursday and Friday. I will be streaming NFL games. I will be streaming Cowboys versus Eagles to open up the season on Thursday night, and Friday I will be streaming the Chiefs Chargers. I did say I was going to the track. I completely forgot about the fact that we actually have an NFL football game on that night, and a big one. It's the Brazil game. So, but yeah. So as per usual, though, here we go. We'll start with 11th since we already just went through the top 10. Ross Chastain comes home 11th. 12th was Austin Cindric. Not a bad day for a guy who really needs the points to try and survive the playoffs. Zane Smith, 13th. 14th, Noah Gragson. 15th will be Brad Keselowski. 16th is where we find Ryan Preece, who for a while was the lone Ford in the top 10. Chase Elliott comes home in the 17th position. He hangs on for a not terrible day. He'll need to string together a couple of better finishes than that to survive the round, but he survives a bad day. Blaney, 18th, 19th, Kyle Larson, and 20th, Joey Logano. A bunch of playoff drivers right here in a row. Speaking of playoff drivers, William Byron, 21st. 22nd will be Ty Gibbs, but then we go right back to playoff drivers with Austin Dillon in 23rd. Cole Custer and Daniel Suarez were both very close to a playoff spot 1 week ago, but after Blaney was able to beat them, neither one of them made the playoffs, and they finished 24th and 25th, respectively. Suarez notably being the first driver not on the lead lap. Todd Gilliland, 22nd, 26th. 27th will be Justin Haley. 28th, Riley Herbst. Christopher Bell, the first driver, 2 laps down in 29th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., 30th. Alex Bowman comes home 31st. And right behind him, Shane Van Gisbergen with a disastrous finish to his day. Will absolutely go down in infamy if he gets eliminated in this first round. Because at this point, he hasn't won as many playoff races or as many points races as you could have asked of him, pretty much. And there we go. Celebrating with it, Briscoe celebrating with his kid. Mike McDowell, 33rd, 34th for Ty Dillon. Then we had Timmy Hill, 13 laps off the pace in the 66 car, coming home 35th. Derek Krause, who caught fire with 85 laps to go, comes home 36th. 37th for Cody Ware, and rounding out the field will be Josh Berry, who did get back on the lead lap, and I'm not sure if he managed to hold on to this. He may have had the fastest lap of the day. Let me see. 169. Oh yeah, no, he had the best lap by a decent margin too. Wow. They must have trimmed that thing out. They must have put that thing in qualifying trim because he went 2 miles an hour faster than any other driver did all night. Wow. Credit to Josh Berry for picking up a singular point. But hopefully everybody enjoyed this live stream. If you guys did enjoy this stream, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new, so you guys don't miss any future videos and live streams. Again, we'll be streaming every NASCAR race from here to the end of the season. Every NASCAR Cup race from here to the end of the season. Gateway next week. Then for Bristol weekend, just be aware some of the streams might be a little bit last minute, but I will be down in person at Bristol Motor Speedway. Then we'll be here in the studio. We'll be back at the track for New Hampshire. And then we'll have and then from after New Hampshire, we'll be in this studio calling the rest of the season. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, though. I will see you guys in the next video, live stream, whatever you guys do with the rest of your night. But yeah, if you guys do enjoy these live streams, please leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new, so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video or live stream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.